Unit 6, Period 6, Section 4 discusses consequences during the Gilded Age. One of the consequences of workers being mistreated by the robber barons of all the major industries was the rise of labor unions. One in particular comes to mind, known as the American Federation of Labor. The American Federation of Labor was led by a man named Samuel Gompers, and this is a poster that was put up advertising the fact that the union was going to meet. Now, first of all, let's define what a labor union is. A labor union is an organization that protects the rights of workers. What kind of rights? Well, pay, hours, safety, working conditions. These are all things that an organization such as a union attempts to protect for workers. Samuel Gompers in 1886 formed the first successful union in American history. Other unions had been attempted but had failed. The reason why his union was successful is because they excluded African Americans and unskilled workers from their membership. First, African Americans. The reason why he excluded them was not necessarily just based on race, but it was the fact that all of the owners, the robber barons, were white, and they did not really worry too much about African American workers. So if an African American worker quit, they didn't too much worry about it because there was plenty of replacements. Same thing for unskilled workers. It didn't matter what race you were. If you were an unskilled worker, you were easily replaced. So this can be said for both groups, both African American and unskilled workers. Another thing that the American Federation of Labor was willing to do was picket, and that is to stop working and then protest outside the place of work and stop any replacements from coming into work. Sometimes these work stoppages, these strikes, this picketing would turn violent, and there would be injuries and even death. In one case, a bomb was exploded in New York, and police officers were killed. Another method that Samuel Gompers and the American Federation of Labor would use to win the rights of their workers is something known as collective bargaining, and that is where an agreement would be made between the owners of the factory and the workers to have representatives to sit down at a table and come to an agreement in hopes that there would be no work stoppage. This became known as collective bargaining. This concludes one of the consequences of the Gilded Age and the rise of robber barons, and that is the ascension of labor unions, and the one successful one that we're going to make sure we talk about and talked about was the American Federation of Labor.